year into the position switch.
Yeah.
How does it feel now going into this spring at running back?
Yeah, my first spring at running back, it feels good. Really getting things under my belt a little bit. So get a chance to just kind of go out and play a little more freely now that I know what's going on.
What has been the biggest change for you since maybe from when you started at the position to now?
That's a good question. I think just less focusing on how to play running back and technique and things. I'm picking that up, so now it's more just the little details of scheme and really making good reads and seeing my keys better.
Some new faces on offense,
Yeah,
Dante, Carson. Anyone standing out to you so far?
Yeah, we have a ton of talent. I'm really excited. Obviously big turnover with the guys from last year, but I really think we reloaded. So quarterbacks are doing a great job. Colin and Dante look great. Yeah, really at all positions we got some depth and we got some guys that can really play. So I'm excited.
What are some of those little details you were talking about that you're working on now that you've got the kind of big stuff down?
Yeah, sure. Just the real intimate parts about reads and things, right? So, I can, instead of worrying about my footwork and what gap I'm supposed to hit, it's like, okay, I can read safety rotation, I can see backers flow, and things like that, and start to play with them a little more instead of just focusing too much on what I'm trying to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And is that where maybe your background as a quarterback, is that where that helps a little bit more because you're kind of used to seeing a little bit more of that stuff?
I'd like to think so. Yeah. I mean, it's not the first time I've done that, I guess, so it's kind of nice to just be able to take a step back and look at those things again, and I'm definitely comfortable with it, yeah.
You brought up the depth of the offense earlier, specifically for the running backs. I mean,
Yeah.
adding Carson and adding Anthony, what does it do to this group, and what do both of those guys bring?
Yeah, Carson and Anthony are awesome. They're studs. They're good people. Isaiah, we got Mania too. The depth has been a blessing, honestly. We didn't quite have that last year at some time, so it's been really nice. We have fresh legs more often, so we can get really good quality reps out there. Just a bunch of good people in the room, and it's been great.
What's been maybe the difference without Zach in the room this year?
Yeah, it's tough. Zach is a stud. Really good role model for all of us to, take notes on and really try to be like. So I think for the older guys in the room, TJ and I, and the guys that have been back there, we're trying to emulate that as best we can so that the young guys can see what Zach had. And luckily, we got film on him, so we can still watch him a little bit. But yeah, we miss Zach, obviously, but we got guys that can do it too.
How have you seen TJ kind of progress and develop over the last year?
Yeah, TJ's been doing a great job. Obviously, he's a true freshman last year, which is super impressive. So kudos to that kid. He's a stud. But he just seems way more comfortable back there. He's making really good reads. He's really smooth. Starting to see kind of him be the more shifty, make guys miss kind of back that I know he can be. I think he's playing a little more freely, and I'm really excited to see what he can do.
Can you give us kind of a rundown? There's a lot of different personalities in that running back room. It
Yeah.
seems like, can you kind of give us a rundown on, just some of the guys and, just again personalities?
Sure. I'm sure you guys have heard the stories about Carson. You guys got like a pet alligator or something. So you can kind of guess. But he's an awesome guy. He's a freaking tank. He's a stud. He's a really good dude. Ants, once again, just another really good dude. Smart guys. I'd say overall we just got a room full of smart guys that really care about what we're doing. And yeah, we're all a little bit different, but I think we all work together really well and can kind of play off each other and learn from each other. And it's gonna be a fun time.
Have you met the alligator?
I have not, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I was gonna
prefer
say,
to
do you want
keep my
to?
distance there.
With just the Zach's kind of vacancy, from a scheme or offensive standpoint, is there anything that you've seen so far this spring, that with guys trying to maybe fit into certain sets that used to run for Zach, or just anything, what kind of is standing out to you there?
Are you kind of asking if we're gonna run similar stuff that we have in the past?
Yeah, as far as just you feel like guys are kind of almost stepping into Zach's role in those sets, or maybe the playbook's changing a little bit to adapt to TJ, Carson, just your guys' strengths.
Sure. I mean, you guys know this. We're kind of on the front third, really still of spring ball. So we put our base stuff in, stuff that Coach Kelly is really comfortable with, and that we coach really well, and that we've run really well in the past. And so I think we're gonna roll with that. And then, knowing Coach Kelly, I'm sure he's got some stuff up his sleeve, as he always does. But right now we're just kind of working on the base stuff, and I'm sure guys will later in camp kind of figure out what roles they're going to fill and go from there. But for now, pretty base stuff.
We've seen you guys, rotate different personnel in, not only yourself with different quarterbacks, but also with different offensive linemen. How does that play into how you guys mesh together and try to, form an identity as a unit?
Yeah, you're talking about in spring ball we're doing
Yeah.
that? Yeah, I think right now we're really just trying to try guys at different spots and see what we got with all the turnover that we've had, just kind of make sure everyone's getting reps with everyone and see how that all goes. I think that'll be an advantage because when it does come time to kind of really arrange things how the coaches decide, we'll all be really comfortable with each other and know what we're doing. But more or less that question's a little above my pay grade. I'm just doing what they tell me.